Aiden. Tato. That was a nice way to start this. Aiden Tato. But I'm live. There's a handsome kitty right here. Hi, handsome kitty. You're a handsome kitty. Handsome kitty cat. All right. I'm live, guys. I'm exhausted. I am exhausted. Here comes a handsome dog. There's a good doggy. Hi, Tato. Hello, Tato. I am exhausted. Working at the shop is a thing. Hello. Hello, you two guys. Hello, Aiden. Hello, Jesus. So, I'm not sure what it is I want to talk about, but here I am, standard 10 minutes early, so we can just BS a little bit before we look at some stuff, before we talk about some stuff, before we stuff about some stuff. How's everybody doing tonight, this evening, or, whatever time it is, wherever y'all are. I would like to get down to Latin America, check it out a little bit. I would love to get down and see what it's like down there for real. All I know about it, seen in movies. Just water tonight because I need the hydration, and I don't need anything else. First time in a live stream, been a long time follower. Well, hello, Black Cell Agent. Welcome. Oh, Jet Batman. Well, I believe I've seen you in a live once or twice before, but yes, hello. Welcome to the live. It's not going to be the most exciting one, but you're here, so that's cool. I'm in a low energy mode. It's been busy. Looking for an everyday carry knife around $100. Oh, Steve, you have so many options. So many options. I mean, I don't even know where to steer you. There's just, oh, wow. There's just so many things you could look at. So, Steve, what I'd like you to do to narrow the search down, tell me some of the. Wow. Tell me some of the things you're looking for in a knife, if you have an idea, because like right now there's just like such a whole wide world open for $100 or lower of where we could send you for stuff. I mean, so many choices, so many options. I need to translate this because sorry guys, I'm working the energy. Right now, hey Tank, what's up? Right now, the only thing in my pocket is this little Katsu guy that we're gonna look at. Why is my computer doing a thing? The mustache dude. You better have a good mustache, like a really good mustache. Tank, I sent one box out, not two. I gotta get another box for the. So you got one box on the way right now, and you have another box of stuff on the way. So Jesus, from working on the ambulance and medical stuff, I have a little bit of Spanish, just a little bit. And it's, and I can put the rest together from context. Oh, the old shit hits the fan boxes, huh? Yeah. Oh, and listen, the A77 way. We've got a lot of first-time live stream folks here tonight. Oh, okay, Steve. So, you know what? I actually, Steve, one last question. Do you want something that folds, or do you want something that's fixed blade, or do you care? Because I have an idea. Based on you work flooring. Yeah, based on that. So anyway, it's interesting that we've got a lot of first-timers here, because this is not going to be the most exciting live stream we've ever done. It's just not. But it's cool. What's going on, Daniel? How you doing? Folding. Okay, so with that in mind, there is a knife. I'm going to see if I can. Give me a second to look this up here. If I think they still sell it. What's it called? Oi. No, I can't think of it. It's a relatively inexpensive knife, but it's a good tradesman knife. It really is. And Razzle. That's not it. Oh man, is it out of production? I'm looking for you, Steve, for a second. Well, okay, so CRKT, Steve, has something called the Razzle, okay? And Mustache Dude, sorry to see you go, but thank you for stopping in, and I appreciate you being a viewer. So, Steve, CRKT has something called the Razzle, and it's a Graham design knife, and it is a folder. It's relatively inexpensive, and it is designed for workshop kind of. It's got a chisel tip blade, and I think it might do well for you with where you're working and everything. You might want to check that out. It's not top of the line or anything like that, but then again, I really think it'll do well for you. And if it gets destroyed, in the course of work or whatever, you're not going to feel horrible about it. But what's up, Mr. Ethan?
Brush the toilet.
Yes, please do. More energy drink unboxings. I could use an energy drink right now. But yeah, Kurt is back. Are you back home, Kurt? Yes.
Remind them about the 2 drinks.
The what? The fleeb juice?
Yeah.
Do you want to go get me the fleeb juice, actually?
Yeah, and the toxic brick.
Toxic brick? I don't know where the can. Well, the fleeb juice is in the refrigerator. I don't know where the toxic brick can is. Yeah, I need energy right now. But we're gonna talk about that stuff. So long-term care facility. Wow, it really did a number, huh? Hey, listen, Kurt. While you're in long-term care, look up Bob Ross. He's on Netflix, or is he on Netflix, or is he on Hulu? I don't know, one or the other. Look up The Joy of Painting with Bob Ross. I'll put you in a good mood. It's amazing. You're watching this guy paint for like half-hour show for 25 minutes. You're just watching random shapes, and then all of a sudden, bam, total perfect landscape. It's look where the monkey juice container is. There you go.
Fred, actually it's a yogurt.
Oh, sorry. Next up, we've got Fleeb juice. Fleeb juice. Oh, you doing some spirit fingers to show it off? Thanks. Happy little clouds. Yeah. I did some shopping at VAT19 online. They've got some cool stuff. All right, guys. So it's 6:45. We're gonna get going with this. We're gonna get started with the actual show. I was supposed to have a special guest on tonight, but she got sick, or she hates me. One or the other. We were gonna have Kaylee on tonight, joining us. I don't know if they made fun of Ralph. Well, what they made fun of so much of Ralph Breaks the Internet. I especially enjoyed them making fun of the Disney princesses in Ralph Breaks the Internet. And then I drank Toxic Rick this morning as an energy drink.
So it was on the Xbox box.
Oh, it was on the Xbox. I left it on the Xbox.
Yeah.
Nice. So,
We want to taste this Fleeb juice.
well, we're not gonna have Fleeb juice right now.
With that Fleeb juice, they made Fleeb juice was made so they could make plumbuses.
Yes, that's right.
Tell
Terrible.
them about the show.
I will tell them about the show. I'm a terrible father because my 6-year-old knows details of Rick and Morty. But hey, 2A, what's going on? Drive safe. Stop watching. It'll be here later. So anyway, guys, here we are. It's September 15th. So in just today, just arrived, we've got the TAC Pack, like the new bigger, better, faster box. So I'll be unboxing that probably later tonight or tomorrow. We got Battle Box up today. Everyone has one. And I've always wondered how plumbuses are made. We should have Smoky Mountain shipping out on the 25th, which is odd because Smoky Mountain always ends up coming early in the month. But we have confirmation from Jason that Smoky Mountain will ship out on the 25th. I just got in an interesting little device. It is it's digital binoculars. It's not really binoculars. It's a digital zoom thing. It's got a screen in it, an LED screen in it, and it does 980p video. It does 1.3 megapixel photos, and it also does night vision with IR assist. It's an interesting little thing. We'll be checking that out soon. I also have some more reviews uploaded, that we'll be checking out. So the full review of the off-grid Enforcer XL. I've got a new off-grid fixed blade that looks awesome. I've just got stuff going on, guys. And if you remember when on my new shop EDC video, I had the Kenku pry bar that looked not quite like this. Yeah, so Kurt's been going through some stuff. And they have caught the guy, right? Like they got him. Pretty sure they got the psycho. She's supposed to be right. That was the microphone. She's supposed to be right here with her face. Right here. But she's not here. So, anyway, then I did the he's already out of bail. Yeah, that's bail reform for you. Let the violent psychos out, because I'm not even going to get into the politics. So then on Instagram, you might have seen the little quick video of me testing if this is really titanium. And we had the sparks, the bright sparks, to show you that this is in fact titanium. And for the price, thanks, Peter. Peter always contributes every single live stream. He's awesome. So we had the sparks to show you that this is actually titanium. I thought it might have been just one of those China, we're going to tell you it's whatever we want, and it's not. It really is a piece of titanium for a good price. And then after I did the sandblasting on it, I just took the blowtorch to it to make it look a little... why don't you donate your face to right here? How about that? So it's good to get back in the shop and doing things again. In cash, isn't anybody concerned why this dude had 15,010? That's weird, but just sitting in cash. So, so anyway, this was fun to do, and now it looks a little bit unique, a little cool. So this is still in my pocket. Getting back into the custom stuff though. Oh, getting back into the custom stuff. So let's talk about the shop. Let's talk about Patriot Armory and coatings. I am getting all spun back up on how to do all this stuff. And I'm not going to lie. So I am not the lean, mean fighting machine that I used to be a few years ago. I don't do PT every day again, anymore like I used to. Oh no, that's so sad. And it is, I haven't been up on my feet all day, every day, moving around like this in a while. And I'm slightly ashamed to say it is work. It is hard, but good thing I've been already doing this healthiness. Send you, howdy, waving a hand from Northwest Arkansas. Oh, hey, it's good, old boy. How you doing? Send you a link to what? So, it's just so much cool stuff going on though in the shop, and I am going to start a whole new series of in the shop videos as soon as I get my shop legs back under me fully. No, you're sick. I'm not really gonna make you come on. I know you're not feeling well. I just like to tease you. So we've got so much going on. We just did. No, honey, you just relax. I'm not really gonna make you do this if you're not feeling well. We just hydrographics dipped 2 full grown elk, which was 2 good elk. Any new good monthly boxes we should try out? Andy, I'm enjoying Steel to Reel. I get the elite, the quarterly. I'm thinking about trying out one of the monthly boxes because I like what I see in the quarterly box, and I'd like to see what they've got month to month. So, I don't know. I if you're not getting the EDC club, I really enjoy the EDC club. I really like to go into your EDC club because it's an EDC related box, and I like that stuff. Sweetness, I may be off tomorrow. The kids are off from school. I don't know if I'm going to take off with them or if I'm just going to bring them into the shop with me and put them to work doing running around stuff for me. So I may be off tomorrow, and I'll probably get to work. I'm probably going to take them to work at least part of the day and see. But besides, the boys love getting involved. Like, I'll give them something that they can dip and do hydrographics. My hydrographic skills are coming back pretty fast. Well, that's good. You should probably keep that appointment. So my Cerakote skills. All right, cool. Yeah, Andy, I think now remember though, you got like I always say, hey Wrench, what's up? Like I always say in the EDC Club videos though, you got to switch the mindset from the stuff we're looking at a lot and really look at it as an EDC. Like, don't think of it the way we would think of some other stuff. What's good on a low budget? Again, I think EDC Club is good. I like Barrel and Blade. I've always liked Barrel and Blade, and they have their level 1. What about the wedding? Right now? Right now? Didn't you pick out some date? Like in May? May 24th? I picked out tomorrow, and you picked out May 24th. Can say happy birthday to my friend Nicker. He would appreciate it. Nicker, on behalf of Gamer T1000, happy birthday to you. What age is it? What birthday age is it? Because if it's of legal drinking age birthday, I hope that you have a good one and have a nice stiff drink. And if it is not of legal birthday, the legal drinking age, I hope you do what you're going to do and nobody important finds out about it. Well, you know what? I'm the one who said I thought August because you said August, and then you were like, no, May 24th. And oh my God, you're killing me, babe. You're killing me. Write down the date that you want me to say, and I will say that. This is why men don't take part in wedding planning. So anyway, where were we? We were talking about boxes for people on a budget. Yeah. Oh my God, Black Cell. Oh, I love the Contigo. I absolutely love the Contigo. May 24th. I say we should do the wedding on May 24th. Shameless Bear, thank you so much for contributing. And just so you know, all the dollars that are contributed here go to like shipping for giveaways and stuff. Kevin, oh, in case you missed it, look, just arrived today. So the Benchmade Contigo is awesome. I love it. If you can get your hands on one now, that's great. However, I don't have it in front of me right now. I'm going to release the review video soon for Fire Guy is the dude who made me those cool plaques for the Army and the Air Force and the Second Amendment thing, and he's also the guy who provides this for us. So I'm sorry. So like I was saying, Black Cell Agent, if you don't want to pay crazy secondary market prices for a Contigo, probably next week I'm going to release the video for the off-grid Enforcer XL, which I believe, honestly, is a fair substitute for the Contigo. It has a lot of the same features in it. It has D2 as opposed to M4 steel. But when you think about it, when Benchmade released the Contigo, they released the Adamus right alongside of it, and they chose D2 for the Adamus as a complementary blade, a complementary knife, right alongside the Contigo. So I love the Contigo. It's among my favorite Benchmade blades ever. But if you've got, oh, okay. I thought you were considering getting one. I now recommend to people who want a Contigo because they're so hard to find now. When you see the video, I think that the Enforcer XL is a really good substitute. Or maybe not even, I shouldn't even say substitute. I think that it can stand side by side to the Contigo in a lot of respects. So wait till that video comes out next week, and I think you'll be, wow, that's, okay, I just got to say, she says this in public, that I keep her in check. But I think the truth is, I keep up with her. It's really what it is. So yeah, and you know what? I am very partial to Off Grid as a brand because I know the owner and everything, but they make great knives. But it's $89 shipped off the Off Grid website. And I would say that the quality, fit, and finish is every bit as good as anything Benchmade's ever made. But okay, so me and Kaylee are gonna put together a gaming channel one day, which is gonna be awesome because it's gonna be her actually doing the gaming and me just running around following her, asking stupid questions and saying ridiculous things. Not only could I Cerakote a spice wallet at the shop, I could Cerakote your spices at the shop. Oh my God, Kurt! Wow, we've got to get this guy. Get you some vengeance. So it's terrible. I'm sorry you're going through that. We were playing Minecraft last night, me and Kaylee, just as a side note. And I play the game just well enough to, to make my guy move around and do some stuff. And what was she doing? She's building this whole farm. She's building this entire farm on Minecraft. And I'm running around yelling about why are the chickens following me? Jat, I'm sorry, but we're just having fun. And she's doing all these technical, she grabs this to make this happen and then gives it to the chickens to get the eggs and then brings the eggs and does this stuff. And I'm running around just trying to throw eggs at her and like building a fort out of dirt, laying behind it and throwing eggs. And yeah, I have fun. I do what I do. Yeah. Daniel, how you doing? Happy Wednesday to you too. When Minecraft Street, Kaylee used to be a game streamer. She, and then she had family stuff. But she was actually a popular game streamer. So on was it Twitch, honey? I think. But we're gonna, and I love you. And so I do try, and I have fun with the trying. But we're probably gonna, and once we get things all settled down, we're gonna probably do a gaming channel together and stream it and do stuff because we have a lot of fun. We play Minecraft, we play Red Dead together, we play GTA sometimes, Far Cry. She occasionally tries Fallout 76 for me, and so yeah. Oh, I love seeing the vintage stuff, David. Yeah, I do. David tagged me in a video on Instagram of him doing some really cool chopping and not just like 550 quarts, some real healthy sized rope. And that knife went right through it. Speaking of knives, I want to show you guys something. Okay, so, I love the Higo styles and I love front flippers. And I have a couple Katsus, which are modern Japanese. The hell was that outside? Weird. So I got my hands on this from somebody. And this is an early Katsu, which if you go on my channel and go to the videos and you look up Katsu, you'll find that it's very similar to one of their more refined designs they have now in G10. But a lot of, the design is the same. The blade material is the same. And so Katsu has these Higo style liner locks, which I don't know if you can read the blade there. And it's interesting to have stuff made in Seki City that doesn't use like VG10, but their stuff is all, made in Japan, with a lot of D2 steel. And they have some fancier stuff made with other things. But this one's just really, it's nice to have kind of, it's not really front flipper. Okay. Hey, Stu, I'm glad to see that you made another live stream. That's cool. So interested to hear your thoughts on the Smoky Mountain box once you get it. Oh, well, you know what, Daniel? Now I'm really interested to get it. So it's not really a front flipper because it doesn't. It's not made to flip really. It's got some resistance, like opening a Higo no Kami would, but it has a liner lock and it, carbon fiber. And I'm gonna do some personalization on this one. I bought this from a viewer who reached out to me and said he got it from I forgot what kind of shop he mentioned he got it from. Um, but it's just it's a nice little piece to carry. I really like it. If you get good with it, index fingering and spine, they kind of always show that people like to use it with the thumb. I like the blade shape. It's very rounded, rounded Warncliffe kind of. I don't even know how to respond to that, Kaylee. I don't even know. But it's like I said, it's an earlier design. It's got not quite 90 degree. It's got chamfered sort of edges. Well, Kurt, you went through quite a bit for your country too, just because you didn't listen. This is what I say about there is a we'll get back to this in a minute. There is kind of a dichotomy. There are a lot of people who we have peacetime veterans. We have veterans who have served in wartime. We have a whole group of veterans who served through the Cold War. And it is through their service that the Cold War never got hot, if you know what I mean. Kept the Soviets at bay. And only fairly recently, in order to show recognition for the unique service that they went through, the government actually made a Cold War service medal. Because these are the guys who know they didn't fight an actual hot war, shooting war with the enemy, but these were the guys who were on the hook 24/7 through. And if you guys are familiar with something called the Doomsday Clock, a bunch of scientists made this clock that was it always represented how many minutes from midnight we were, midnight representing full-on destroy the world nuclear war. And these were the guys that were in uniform when the Doomsday Clock was 5, 4, 3, 2 minutes from midnight all the time. So these veterans, these were a group of veterans who they say served in peacetime, but peacetime during the Cold War, when they were always being trained that at any moment red lights were going to flash, alarms were going to go off, and missiles were going to be flying in the air. And they were the guys and women, guys, gals, and llamas in uniform that were constantly training to fight this impending war that was going to go off without warning at any minute. So my generation, that came in just really right as the Cold War was done, we give a lot of props to those folks because they held the line and they didn't fire shots in anger. But had they not done their jobs, who knows where we'd be? So while and it's kind of amazing because a lot of these folks are very, very humble about, like, oh well, I served but I never fought. But like, you did, you fought, but you fought to psychologically keep the peace. So we did our job. Our job happened to be in the desert. The Cold War veterans did their job. Their job happened to be to create this presence of force that the Soviets, that the Warsaw Pact, that the Koreans, that the Chinese, that they always saw. And through being visibly powerful, never made that step to attack. And and even through all this, and this is, I'm going to put this up here while I say this. you know, even through all this, you know, I've always said, whether you signed up and did your 4 years, whether you signed up and did 20, look, if you signed up and you did what your contract put you on the hook to do, you did your part, you know, regardless. And so I tip my hat to all people, all veterans, whether like even if you signed up and you did your contract and you got hurt and got discharged after a year, it's not your fault you got hurt. You did your part, and you did a little extra because you did it to the point where you now got hurt to where the government said, we have to let you out of your contract at this point. So yeah, I agree. Everybody that signed up and did their part is just as important as someone who deployed and went to combat. Because and I like to point this out all the time. For every person you have on the line in the field, rifle in hand, a lot of people don't realize this. Why does the military have so many different jobs? Why, a lot of civilians look at the military and all they see are infantry troops. And that is the army, that is the military, that's it. But for every one army infantry troop, and we used to have a joke, we used to say there were two jobs in the military: infantry and everybody that supports the infantry. And okay, honey, I'll text you as soon as I'm done with this. To a certain extent, it is true. There are only two jobs in the military. There's the infantry and everybody else that supports the infantry. But what you don't realize, what most people don't realize, is that for every one infantry soldier out in the field, you have anywhere between 10 and 30 other people in uniform that have to do their jobs just so to keep that infantry soldier, to allow that infantry soldier to do their job. Whether it's the supply dude providing them with uniforms, boots, bullets, food, the medical people that keep them healthy and prepared to deploy and keep them healthy in the field, whether it is the intelligence people that can give them the correct information so they don't walk straight into a trap, into an ambush, and can interpret information they bring back and prepare for the next mission. Dudes that are giving them air support and raining death in to give them the best possible advantage to pull them out of shitty situations and keep the situation shitty for the enemy. Like a good old boy said, they were called 88 mics when I was in the Army, the truck drivers who bring the heavy equipment around and transport the troops around. We have something called laundry and bath specialists in the U.S. Army. Yes, they do things like wash stuff and everything, but historically the greatest killer of men, troops in the military in any war has not been bullets and bombs. It's disease. It's getting sick. And so these laundry and bath specialists that can do things like provide clean facilities and the ability to set up shower, they directly keep the infantry troops alive because they are providing clean environments. And so when you can throw stuff in a laundry bag and send it to the rear to be washed, that's not just a convenience. That is literally life-saving stuff. Because, oh, Sunshine, how are you? I've been trying not to bug. I've been going back and forth between wanting to bug you for information but wanting to let you relax. So as I finish this rant, you let us know how you are. So while there are all these jobs that some people say, so let me get this straight. You wash uniforms and linens and you wash tents and stuff. Literally, those folks are saving lives in the battlefield because they are keeping people clean and healthy. And you look at literally any war in history, and you look at the death reports. Many more people die from injury, from illnesses and sicknesses and bacteria and stuff than any number of killed in combat. So, war is a collaborative effort is one of the best quotes that I ever heard, and I was taught that by one of the instructors at weapons school. There is nobody that, even though you have your Audie Murphys who single-handedly defeat entire German battalions, he didn't do that on his own. Somebody in supply provided the bullets that he fired. Mechanics kept the tank that he climbed up on to shoot the 50 cal, kept that tank running. POL troops, petroleum oil lubricants, made sure that the fuel that tank got to the field. I mean, so war is a collaborative effort. And whether these live streams never follow the path I intend them to take. They always go in some crazy way. But so, yes, there are combat arms troops who are intended to go engage in combat directly with the enemy. And I'm proud to say, like, yeah, I filled that role in the Army as a scout and as a combat medic. I was considered. Docs are grandfathered in by there's a flow chart as to are you a grunt? And it's the first thing is, are you infantry? Yes, you're a grunt. No, and then the next thing is, are you special forces? Something like that. No. Are you doc? And then you're okay. So, but and then in the Air Force, it's considered a battlefield airman, which is Air Force dude on the ground with a gun that kills folks. We make the bad guys go away. So I am very proud to say that, like, I was a combat arms dude, but without everybody behind me, behind everybody that's combat arms doing their job, eventually we run out of bullets. Eventually we run out of supplies. Eventually our boots wear out and fall out and we can't walk anymore, So everybody remember that war is a collaborative effort, and there is no unimportant person in the military, even though we like to make fun of them, even though we find them annoying sometimes. Finance, the dudes at finance, if my paycheck's not right and my money's not straight and my family at home is not taken care of, my mind is not on the mission, and I am combat ineffective because I'm too worried about how are my kids at home getting a roof over their head and eating, and I'm not worried about, am I calling out the right coordinates and am I talking this pilot onto the target correctly to make sure that the bomb falls where it needs to and the bad guys get hit and we're keeping good guys on the ground alive. I mean, that stuff matters. And, so the finance folks that we like to make fun of for working in their office, banker's hours, which I believe finance troops, really, it's in their contract to only work from like 10:30 to 1 p.m., Tuesdays through Thursdays. Without them actually doing their jobs right, though, it literally affects the battlefield downrange. So remember that quote. War is a collaborative effort. Okay. Here, and there ends my sermon on that. I'm sorry. We went in a bleh. Kaylee's back. Are the babies sleeping? Hopefully. So you work crazy hours. This is Sam's week, but I've got the boys tonight because on much of Sam's week, I end up with the boys because I live in the school district and she does not. So, man, and I don't complain about it at all because me and my boys, we are the boys team. So, yeah. But anyway, sorry, guys. I'm sorry I went on that rant. But anybody that ever served in a uniform and did not get administratively or punitively discharged deserves all the credit of being a veteran, whether they fought or not. Is my point. Is what I'm saying. Is what I'm putting out there. So let's switch gears. If you guys watched the Battle Box unboxing today, we had an interesting knife of the month. This Revo Journey 1. I had some things to say about it. I had some good things and I had some bad things. First of all, it is absolutely not a $125 knife. Not being made out of 9 CR steel. Not at all. It is nice. Hey, good old boy. What you may or may not have known is that there's a little thing written into the federal law that if shit had gone bad enough, you could have been being a heavy haul trucker. You could have been made part of the military by a presidential So it's there are elements of this knife that I really like. Thanks, Daniel, for doing that investigating. I really like this knife from about here forward. I like this knife. I still say it's short in my hand, and this part right here digs in. But forward of that, it's very comfortable. If I just held it like this, it would be a very comfortable knife to hold. I like the blade shape. I like the blade size. I like the blade style. I love the blade finish. Yeah, it did. It did. That's right, Jet. It made the like it pile with a caveat. That there's no way in hell I would ever pay $125 for a 9 CR blade, unless it was like custom made by Mick Strider, Mick Strider, who just wanted to branch out into cheap steel one day, Yeah, I think $87 is too much for 9 CR. Like I said, I wouldn't feel good about going over 50 or so for 9 CR. $50 maybe. Yeah, $50 I'd probably pay for this knife. Given the finishing on it and the blade itself, the finish on the blade out of the box. Still don't know why you've got this giant boat oar of a Kydex sheath when they could have cut this so much closer down and saved you some space on it. But it's an interesting thing, and I really want to see the Revo J2. Kaylee's either drawing big penises or swords. No, Kaylee was going to show us her gun sword. Maybe next week when she's feeling better, she'll show us some guns and swords and stuff. Yeah, good old boy. I like it. It's a nice looking knife, and like I said, the blade is cool. The colors do look great together. The handle and the handle also is a little bit slim in my hand. But I think there's potential in this knife. So if it was a reasonable price, I would probably pick one of these up, and then I'd make myself some custom scales that were a little more comfortable for my hand. A little bit wider, maybe a little palm swell in there. And so while you've got chamfered edges here, you have 90-degree slices right at the top, which doesn't make a lot of sense. Why would you give a nice angled edge right here for comfort, but still leave a hard 90-degree edge right at the top? I mean, this is like kind of, I feel like this was a half-assed done knife. Like, great blade, everything. Like, they got the blade done really well, and then they were like, but the handle, as long as I got a good blade to cut with. And I think that, I don't know, but I am really interested in the blade shape and design on the J2. I'd like to check it out. we'll see how it works out and how it shakes out there. I don't know. But this is, like a, so like I said, it did make the like it pile with some caveats there. Don't ever pay. Mike said it would be good for cheaper and dudes with small hands. I thought you just said you weren't gonna talk dirty. You want to wear this dangly thing around your neck? Hang on. If you want to wear this around your neck, go for it. I don't like anything around my neck. I don't even like dog tags around my neck because those are too dangly. And I tuck them into my shirt. But I mean, there are guys who love neck knives, though. There are people who love neck knives. I don't know. For me, this would be too much weight dangling around my neck. It would just be uncomfortable. I don't know. I recognize that I forgot to put the all the specs in like I usually do for knives. The Fourth Horseman. Welcome. Hey, Fourth Horseman, if you were the drink, the Four Horsemen, which alcohol would you be? That's a hell of a shot, by the way. Four Horsemen. There's the Three Wise Men, and then there's the Four Horsemen. Have you ever handled an artisan cutlery tradition? I have not. I've handled a few artisan cutlery knives, but not artisan cutlery tradition. No. So that was interesting. What else? I'm working on another fixed blade right now. I'm going to have to get back into actual knife making now that I have materials in the shop. I don't have any way to heat treat stuff, but there is a heat treat specialty shop right here. Right here. Down the road a little ways from the shop. So I'll have that. So I forgot the name of the company. It would definitely be the whiskey. Would you be the Jim or the Jack? Oh man, so it's another fun experience about military service. You get very familiar with a lot of different drinks. But one of the cool things about getting to Germany is real absinthe. Anyway, forgot where was I going with this? What were we talking about? I don't know. Here comes a Tato. I thought I heard him coming. I don't know. Anybody have any thoughts about the steel to reel box? You want to talk about? Anybody? Jim and Jack went up the hill. Well, Jim and Jack are free to make their own life choices, and we won't criticize them for it. Yeah, see, Kurt, I don't have any facilities here to do any heat treating in the shop because it would get just too hot. It's already hot in there with the 3 ovens, the 2 big ovens, and the little oven. And then if I want to, hey honey, welcome back. And then if I want to put even a little, even with like fire bricks around it, if I want to get something up to, another source that gets between 900 and 1500 degrees, it would, Sunshine, I've been watching House nonstop on Peacock. And So I can tell you what I've learned from House. It's not lupus. It's never lupus. Except for that one episode where it was. But yeah. They injected you with more than antibodies. It was probably squirrelades. Squades. Squades is some serious shit. That's what they gave it. It's never lupus. In fact, you know, they there's one episode where they actually play off that, where it's like they always say lupus and it's never lupus, and House has his secret stash of Vicodin cut into a lupus textbook. All right, I'll let you know when I'm done here. And one of his minions looks at him and he goes, "Really? Hidden in a lupus textbook?" And he looks almost dead. He's looking at whoever's talking to him, but it's always almost dead in the camera. And he goes, "Come on, it's never lupus." And it was really funny. Well, you know what, good old boy, I am going to be getting back into making knives. I'm not going to be forging anything, but I'm going to be, getting, for now, into getting steel blanks and material removal knife making, and grinding, and then sending them off for heat treatment until I can do a little bit more. But yeah, I'm not going to be able to actually forge stuff, because in Florida I actually was able to make put a forge in a little shed and everything. Oh. So I'm just going through here. Wow, cat fight going on in the comments. No, Jack, I'm just going to let this play out. Let's see. Come on, where else are you going? Do I think the 940 is still relevant? I think the 940 is one of Benchmade's best-selling knives. It is one of their top-selling models. So, I mean, when you say relevant, I think if you consider how many people still buy it, how many companies still make aftermarket scales for it, there's a company out there, I can't remember who it is, who specifically just makes reblades, like aftermarket blades for it. Yeah, I think it's relevant. I mean, I know they've done a lot with it already, and you kind of look at it and you're like, all right, how much more can you stretch this out? But think about this. Think about how many knives have have come and gone from Benchmade's lineup, like have been introduced and retired in the time that the 940 has been in production, and the 940 is still going strong. You know, I don't think 940 is getting retired. In fact, they just made a mini 940. I don't know why you need a 940 that's even smaller than a 940. The 940 is already so small, but there it is. So, yeah, I think the 940 is going to be a Benchmade production model for a long time. How is everybody breaking Omega springs? All right, so Daniel, what happened? Tell me, what happened with I read about all these things about Omega springs breaking and everything. Now, listen, you guys have seen my Benchmade collection videos. If you haven't, go ahead and check them out. Look how many Axis lock knives I have. And I've never broken an Omega spring. Like, what are people doing to break these Omega springs? I've had them on deployments. I've EDC'd them. I've taken them like camping. What is going on? Oh, Australia, UK, and US are. I don't know what's going on with Omega springs. Me with knives, I don't know what is up with AFES. You got to give me more to go on. I don't know. I don't know. Kaylee, is he hitting on you? I think he's hitting on you. Well, I don't know. What's up with this stream? Is it not streaming? Am I not streaming anymore? I think I'm streaming. But me with knives, I don't. I don't know why AFES needs a commanding general. It's like, does Walmart need, the colonel of Walmart? That doesn't make any sense. Mr. G, I agree. There's, everybody knows you pay the butterfly tax. And I also have heard that the Benchmade quality control has. I haven't bought a brand new Benchmade in a while. I just because they just. I think that their designs have gotten a little lame. I think that their quality control has gone down. I was calling you Safi since you were in the army. Oh, okay. Oh, I thought you said what's up with. Oh, you said what's up. Sorry. I thought you said what's up with, like there's a problem with them. What is a butterfly tax? The butterfly tax is the extra money that you pay when you buy a Benchmade because it has their little butterfly logo on it. I mean, it's the same thing with Spyderco. With Spyderco, you're paying a lot of money for that spider logo on the blade. And then Gerber, I don't even know because even their stuff that's made in Taiwan and China is way overpriced. But at least they overprice across the board, not just the American-made stuff. Gerber stuff is way overpriced, in my opinion, too, for what you get. And CRKT as well. Kershaw's not bad. Kershaw, I think, is not bad. See, now this is okay. So I'm going to address this because here's the thing. If you go to Benchmade, and if you've ever been to to Benchmade, they've got employees that open carry on the factory floor. Their owner, what's his name? I can't remember, is very Democrat, contributes to Democrat people, but he doesn't represent the feeling of the people that work there. You know, like the actual employees of the company, you talk to them, they are very, like, you know, they're pretty cool. And that whole ridiculous fiasco with, oh, shut up, Taylor. You're just trying to piss people off. That whole fiasco with destroying the guns, like those guns were guns that were confiscated from being used in crimes. They were going to be destroyed. They were going to be, like by law, because they were all used in the commission of felonies. So the local police said, like, will you help us? So Benchmade said, sure, we'll help out our local law enforcement, you know? That whole thing got just, it was stupid as hell of their, it was stupid as hell for their PR people to number one, put it online, but number two, to not give the backstory of it. Like, you know, I mean, it was, ugh. They made it out. I mean, the story got made out like the guns were confiscated from law-abiding citizens, and they just decided they were going to cut them up. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I don't know. Because those guns were never going to be back in the hands of anybody. They were taken from all the people that we, as good gun people, don't want guns to be in the hands of, because they commit crimes and make us look bad. So I don't know. Hey, Dominic, what's going on? But like, what's his name? Who owns the company? Fiercely anti-gun, which is funny. But at the same time, he lets his employees, you know, follow open carry laws on the factory floor. I don't understand it, but if you ever get a chance to visit the factory, to visit Benchmade, you should, because, you know, you walk in and you're just like, oh my God, that dude's just got a 1911 just like flying high on his hip right there while he's making knives. That's so cool. That is like all he needs is a bald eagle perched on his shoulder, and you have the most American thing in the world right there. That is awesome. I personally am like dropped my Benchmade fanboyism just for reasons of like quality, and I feel like they've become uninspired. Like, they used to be really cool, and it's just meh. It's just not. And yeah, I agree with other people that their quality control has gone kind of down the toilet. They work more on trying to make more product. I totally agree with you, Stuart. I think not only do we need young blood, we need term limits. There's no reason somebody should be serving in Congress or the Senate for like 50 years. I mean, and I compare it to this, like, so in the military, if you become an instructor, an actual instructor, you can only do it for a maximum of 4 years or 5 years, depending. And then they kick you out of that instructor slot because you have lost touch with what's going on in the actual military world. And so they say, how can you then legitimately instruct people, because you don't know what the most modern stuff going on out in the combat forces is anymore. And I think that that's like the same thing. How can you legitimately legislate when you have lived in the legislative world? You haven't lived in the real world for the last 50 years. Like, so it's just, yeah. Hey, Lincoln, what's going on? What else I have seen this, and I saw Marfione's video about it where he describes it, and I know a lot of people are pissed off about it, but I have kind of a different take on it. Number one, if you don't want to buy him, you don't have to. Number two, I love the fact that he is being totally transparent about it, and that he picked a reputable company to work with Reich, which makes good stuff. But that I respect why he's doing it. I understand why he's doing it, and that he's got, like, I love that he says that everything that they're making in collaboration with Reich is in special packaging, so there's no question about what you're buying. It would be really dirty to say, like, listen, you're buying this model of knife and you have no idea if you're getting the made overseas or the made in the USA one. I think it's cool that he's saying, I'm showing you right now, these are the two models that are being made overseas, and you will know it is made overseas because it will be in this packaging. So I respect that he's being totally transparent about it. He's trying to get his stuff in the hands of more people. He's trying to make it available so that more people can buy it, which is a solid business move. He's also not trying to pull the wool over anyone's eyes. He's trying to let everybody know up front, this is what we're doing and this is how we're doing it. And, so, like, but this is the ultimate thing. Like, people get pissed off, but why? You don't have to buy it if you don't want to. And, consumers vote with their dollars. So if you're that pissed off about it, don't buy it. You can still buy only his US, made in the USA line, which will show him that the made overseas stuff isn't doing well. Or if you are really that upset, don't buy Microtech stuff at all. And, then he'll see that it has made a big difference. So, anyway. So there we go. I'll tell you what, though, and this is going to piss some people off. I think that people that want a daily carry should have to take some kind of gun training course. I don't think that you should be required to have to, because I've seen some of the people that come in and want to buy guns now. It is a right, but look, if you're going to carry it around in the general public, I don't think it's unreasonable to say, like, look, we just want to make sure that you're not going to shoot yourself in the foot and that you know how to use this thing safely. And you know what? Hey, Daniel, thanks for coming in. And you know what? I'm not talking about checking out somebody's background. I'm not talking about making them pay extra fees. I think the classes should be free. I think the classes should be run multiple times a week and should be convenient, and it should be available for anybody who wants to take it should take it. But I do think that if you're going to be walking around with a gun strapped to the side of your hip, yeah, I think you should take some kind of safety course. And I think that you should qualify with that the same way that, we do in the military. You qualify with your primary weapon. But you know what? I think that I think that the government should provide that because it is a constitutional right to bear arms. I think that if you want to reduce accidents and all this, I think the government should just provide these courses. And you come in, and you know what that also does? It provides interaction between the public and law enforcement. All right, thanks, Peter. We're going to wrap this up in a few minutes anyway. It allows the general public that wants to carry to come meet experts. It'll probably be run by law enforcement people. It allows face-to-face interaction. It allows you to meet the people, meet other people with that are going to be carrying, and it allows a dialogue, and it allows you a kind of, how do I say this, a professional environment for you to I can't think of the word I want to use, but it eliminates the wild, wild west phenomenon and fear that people have. It takes away one more argument that the anti-gun people have to use against legitimate law-abiding citizens carry. And it not only that, it gives the people that are going to carry the confidence and the training to know that not only are their rights being respected, which they should be, but that the government is not only trusting them the way citizens should be trusted, but they're providing them the actual practical training to say, hey, you have a right to bear arms. We're going to help you make sure that you can do that appropriately. And it's in everyone's best interest that you have this training. So we're going to give it to you. We're just going to give it to you. And, just like in the military, well, in combat, in combat arms positions, you have to go through qualification twice a year, every 6 months. But in non-combat arms positions, every year you go to the range and you qualify. And you just show that, you still have proficiency. And it's, it's like bragging rights. Like, hey, look how good I did at the range. I think that would be a great idea. And it would build a camaraderie among carriers, but it would also, while building that camaraderie and that confidence and that culture of safe carry, it also allows the experts to make sure that information is disseminated and that people are like, when somebody pulls out a gun and tries to stop a situation, the bullet goes where it needs to go and not anywhere. I think that, I think that's a great idea. And I think that one of the worst things that some politicians try to do is they try to monetize the right to bear arms, and they try to make sure that it's so expensive to do that people just get discouraged from doing it. And in the end, that's actually, it's the people that are always yelling about racism and all this other stuff. They're making the right to bear arms a racial issue, because let's face it, who most likely, what kind of communities don't have all the money and assets to invest in, money for this license, money for that license, money for this training, money for that training, money for this investigation, money for that. It's communities of color in inner cities. So it's been documented that a lot of gun control laws have racist beginnings in the 60s, and a lot of these efforts, whether they're intentional or not, have racial bias built in. So anyway, I'm going to leave it at that. I probably just alienated 100,000 people. Yeah. So and Jack, you bring up a great thing. The same people who say it shouldn't be easier to own a gun than it is to vote are the same people who say, well, you should have like 6 forms of ID to buy a gun, but you should have no ID to go vote. I'm just gonna leave it there. So anyway, guys, we're a little over our time limit, but I thank you guys for joining us today. It'll be a more exciting, more well planned out chat next week. I'm exhausted today, but I'm gonna have some more cool stuff next week for you. I just can't tell you what it is right now, but we'll have cool stuff. So thanks, guys, for joining in. Appreciate everybody who contributed today. Remember that you are all absolutely awesome. I appreciate every single one of you, and we'll be back again soon. Take care.